Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round 7 of the 2016 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Racetech Suspension and MX Simulator Professional Championship. My name is Kellen Brauer, and tonight we are bringing you, like I said, round 7 from Atlanta. We are one round behind after the troubles that we had at San Diego, and if I could get a quick check in chat that we are up, that we are running, that we are good to go. It is going to be a fun night of racing. First time we'll see the 250 East class tonight. We'll get to that storyline in a moment. Looks like they're getting ready to start 450 Heat 1. I'm going to go ahead and jump over here real quick, and we're going to take a look at the 450 qualifying times from tonight. I will do you guys a favor and zoom in just a little bit on that. Hunter Root was your fastest qualifier to 47.7, although he had to sign up late due to not signing up before the qualifying crash today. Tyson Fresquez, Ryan Mahan, Dade Honeywell, and Ben McLeod rounded out the top 5. Other championship favorites, Matt Burkeen was 9th after winning last week. We're going to jump back in the server, though, so we don't miss the start of racing action, which is just about to kick off. I'm sorry, you're going to look at a black screen. But eventually we'll load back into the server. Sometime today. So many freaking skins. There we go. Alright, so we are already back in the server and set to go. Here in Atlanta, it is 450 Heat number 1. Let's go racing as we are off and running. And the 51 machine of Chase Donovan got a terrible start. And into turn 1, it's the 21 of Tyson Fresquez. Team Volcom must have updated their pack and forgot to put it in the thread. So that's awesome. The two championship 1 and 2 runners have a massive failure on their team end and forgot to update the skins. But right now it is Tyson Fresquez leading this shindig. Dennis Fjellberg, former teammate, current privateer, sits in second. Fjellberg looked great last week with a second place, matching his best finish of the season from Glendale. Slowly getting better is the quick Norwegian rider, the former 250 national champion from 2014. Trying to run down your race leader, Tyson Fresquez. A little further back of them, it's a team split fire battle. Ooh, almost a little collection right there between Luke Heberlein and Jeremy Seabolt. Those are the last two runners in transfer spot right now. They have their teammate, Dade Honeywell, in the 17 coming up from behind. Oh, and they collect each other. Honeywell and Seabolt having issues, so that's the 27 of Tony Spinelli. Oh, Fjellberg is down, but Spinelli was able to sneak on by. Seabolt up with Honeywell, and then Andrew Wood on the 44 double Aaron Motorsports ride is behind them. Stefan Guido, James Armstrong, Thomas Wilcox, Russ Chapman, Chris Schmider, Travis Hoffman, Gustavo Diniz, Reed Young, and somebody just went by right there. That was the 51 of Chase Donovan. So these moto chasing bikes running some retro Yami skins. We got a rider down after the whoops, but it's definitely not one of our leaders as Fresquez continues to lead. Heberlein up to second now, so Fjellberg has slipped back to third. And Seabolt under attack from Tony Spinelli. Oh, they collect. Oh, and they're both down. Seabolt flips out of the stadium. That's going to give Honeywell the spot. Seabolt really hugged that inside line. He was trying to cut Spinelli off, I think. Unfortunately for both of them, Spinelli had a wheel in there. Now Seabolt looks quite frustrated. I'm going to stick with this for a second. Let's see if Seabolt goes all wild style here and takes Spinelli out. I think he is. Yes, he is. He got him back. Unfortunately for Seabolt, he does not realize that that was his fault for causing that in the first place. Spinelli had a wheel in on him, and Seabolt just kept on going over towards the inside. That's his own fault, so nobody to blame but himself. 73 of Russ Chapman, a man whose skins I had earlier today, and for some reason don't have tonight. Running in the 5th spot right now, it looks like, or 6th spot rather. Wilcox just parked Stefan Guido. I think I'm a little too far back, actually. Fresquez, Heberlein, Fjellberg, and Honeywell are the current transfer spots. So yeah, Wilcox is 5th. My apologies. Russ Chapman, 6th. Stefan Guido, the rider out of Switzerland, is in 7th. Spinelli still has Seabolt behind him, so these guys not done. They are battling it out for 8th. pretty much a useless debate at this moment for both riders. They need to be working forward, so hopefully Seabolt cools his head off just a little bit there. Or will he? He cuts to the inside, almost takes himself down. Spinelli cuts back to his inside. Oh, Spinelli! Whoa! Oh, he's down. And Guido is down on the whoops. And getting up, he gets clipped by Seabolt. So Seabolt moves up into 7th. And Wilcox is down after the whoops, so Seabolt might get in a 6th here. Russ Chapman tiptoeing in his Jordans through that rhythm section right now. Fjellberg nailing the quad. We got a rider down. That was a lapper. And here's the 17 ride of Dade Honeywell. So split fire 2-3 right now. Good ride for Heberlein. Has had his ups and downs this year. Had to miss around due to his, it sounded like I said doo-doo, but due to his computer blue screening on him. So number 28 ride. Trying to turn the season around a little bit. Doing a good job right now. Running in the 2nd spot. That will transfer him directly to the main event. Honeywell, Fjellberg, these guys have all pretty much just left everybody in the dust. This is 5th place Russ Chapman. He's a good 15 seconds behind the final transfer spot, which is this man right now on your screen, Dennis Fjellberg. We're going to go back up front as Tyson Fresquez works his way down towards the line. He will take the white flag this time by very long races, as the first lap on this track doesn't actually count. So you go all the way around, hit the finish line, then you literally only have 2 sections after the finish line, but you still have a whole nother lap before the first lap is even complete. So technically this is going to feel more like a 7-lap heat race to these guys. Wow, good save by Fresquez. He just got all out of shape entering the sand section there. Did a nice job to keep that number 21 Team Volcom machine underneath of him. As he works his way towards the finish line, and these guys... Oh, Chapman. Ouch. He's going to get passed by Seabolt. We're going to go back up and take a look at Tyson Fresquez, though. He needs to keep clicking off the points on Hunter Root. He's 2 back in the championship now after last week. But Tyson Fresquez, here it is, your Heat 1 winner. Whoa, coming in your living room, Luke Heberlein. He's going to pick up a 2nd here. As I was saying, Fresquez needs to chip away those points. He knocked him down a little bit last week, but still finished 11th. He's just fortunate enough that his teammate and points leader Hunter Root finished 16th. Those guys had horrible weeks. 3-4 over the line is Fjellberg and Honeywell, so they are locked in. Seabolt just crashed after the whoops, but he's got nobody near him. This track really claiming a lot of riders tonight. In fact, all the way up to 9th place was lapped in this heat race, which is pretty insane. Dominic Tiberino trying to bring home his TBR Yamaha in the 7th place position. And Stefan Guido looking to wrap it up in 8th. For some reason, 6th place hasn't finished. Seabolt, excuse me, doing something interesting there. I don't know what that's about. Tiberino and Guido cuts her in, and I don't think anything's going to be affected. These guys had 23 seconds on Russ Chapman. So your Heat 1 winner is the number 21 machine of Tyson Fresquez. Well done to Tyson. Coming up next, we have 450 Heat 2. And I'll look in chat real quick, because that's probably just about ready to be posted. Ready, steady, and Wheels is going to post it right about now. Oh, there it is. So we got Root, Mahan, Shipley, Burkeen, Whelan, Haley, Hinners, Leak, Stocksy, a couple others I could not quite see there. Why is Winners racing 450? Is a question in chat. I'm not sure. I'm assuming you're asking Hinners. But yeah, Jeremy Hinners and myself both ineligible for the 250 class. We pointed out quite a while ago. So unfortunately, no 250 action for us this year, so I'd have had to stream while Hinners gets to go race. But we're set to go. 450 Heat 2. Your main event winner from last week, Matt Burkeen, is trying to get a good start up the inside. Everybody's going to push wide, and it looks like Burkeen is going to come out with that hole shot. So Burkeen trying to pick up right where he left off with after his first win of the season last week which was round 6 at Dallas. Oh, and he's going for the front seas off the triple. Burkeen, no F's given. I like it, though. He's confident. This is what I want to see out of Matt Burkeen right now. He's only 12 points down in the championship, entering play tonight. And coming off a win, I think that he has all the potential to start challenging Tyson Fresquez and Hunter Root for that points lead. Oh, Zoe Cross had a great start, and he's down in the whoops. I don't really understand what these guys are doing at this point, because HLTN and, a couple other teams, I was in the server earlier. I saw that I had their skins, so I didn't bother asking anybody. Next minute, they're all running different skins. I don't get it. Like, get your stuff together. If you're not going to post stuff in the thread, in the correct thread in time, I'm not going to download it, and you're going to have to look like an idiot on the stream without skins like Craig Leak here, who's on HLTN, or Hilton, as it's kind of nicknamed more or less. That's how you say it, I suppose. No, I shall not calm thy tits. This is redonkulous. I want to have a clean and efficient and effective stream with as many skins on it as possible. I download a ton of crap to make these guys look good, and then they go out of their way to piss me off by waiting till the last possible second to put their skins in the thread. It's really annoying. Anywho, I digress. We're going to take a look at the top 4 now, as it's Burkeen, Shipley, Root, and Prokop. But again, Hunter Root, another prime example of that. Last week, for whatever reason, the Volcom team did not update their dynos. And so they had Root and Fresquez both running the old RMZs, they may have been running the 2016 RMZs, I don't know. Whatever they were on the RMZs for sure, because I had their skins. Now this week, Tyson comes out. He's on the 16 Cowie, and Root's on the 16 KTM. Don't have any of their bike skins. That's awesome. And Root, interestingly enough, is also breaking an RF rule here, so he's probably going to have to get that cleaned up. He's running the number 330 on his back right now, which is illegal. You're supposed to be running the exact same number that you earned. If he is not running the number 1, he will be subject to a penalty, so hopefully Root cleans that up quickly, because that's not going to be good for him. As Burkeen continues to lead the way here, trying to work his way around some lap traffic. Going on to lap number 4 is the number 8 tagged Zen's machine. Root in second, and then Ben McLeod having a terrific heat race. Normally McLeod races pretty bad. He'll qualify near the top and then not have good races. But in third and on his way towards the main event right now as we run, as Prokop and Shipley are going at it for the final transfer spot. So let's take a look at this battle. Looks like Shipley's going to try to scrub and get down the left side of the whoops. He's got a good drive to the inside, and he takes the spot. Prokop's going to get him back. Shipley comes up a little short on the triple in, but Prokop jumps off the track, so it's going to be Shipley taking the final transfer spot for the moment. And Prokop is going to have to settle back and deal with pressure from the number 37 of Ryan Mahan. And around the outside of Prokop he goes. Prokop made a mistake at the end of the rhythm section there. Here's Bryce Whelan. I was trying to learn more information about this MotoOption clothing rider. Whelan, you may recall back to last week, was the man that gave Jeremy Seabolt all kinds of hell in the battle for the main event win in the 250 West race at Dallas. Nearly dethroned Seabolt's perfect season, but so far Seabolt 6 for 6 on the West. Now they're racing 450s on the East. And this Whelan kid, I'll tell you what, he had no vision right there as he just turned the corner and plowed right into Ryan Mahan, who had been down for quite a while. But I'm very impressed in this Bryce Whelan kid. Hopefully he can continue to ride this well once the series goes back west for the 250 class. Let's give a quick shout out real quick. I want to go back in the pack, as we just saw Jeremy Hinters there. Jeremy Smith right here on the number 4 TBR. He's running One-Handed Warrior in his name, which is technically not what he's supposed to be doing. But shout out to Jeremy Smith. Broke his wrist in real life the week after he discovered he had been granted a Supercross license. He's already got an AMA Pro National license. Scored 2 points at Budds Creek last year. Broke his wrist training at Club MX. Right now, he is playing with a joystick, not a controller, a joystick. And I've asked him a little bit about how that is, and he's kind of adapted to it quite well. He ran a 51-1 in qualifying, which is absolutely insanely impressive for only one hand. That's pretty wild as Matt Burkeen works his way down towards the finish line here. And it's going to be a heat number 2 win for Matt Burkeen as he front flips his way over the line, much smoother than I showed him to do in opening ceremonies. Hunter Root, your points leader, is going to pick up a second. So Root, Burkeen, Fresquez, all qualified into the main event already in the top spot. So they're going to have basically gate picks 1, 2, and 3 or 4. And the top 4 have all finished as McLeod and Shipley over the line. The battle for 5th is not heating up as Jack Haley crosses the line. Bryce Whelan going to grab a 6th. Mahan is in there with a 7th. Turley. Notch is 8th. Lana 9th. Toby Stocks 10th. Good to see the foreign flavor. Craig Leak and Zach Prokop, who was in a transfer spot early on, he dropped back to 12th. Zoa Cross, Jacob LaRoche, Jeremy Hinders, Michael Gonzalez, David Wright, Jeremy Smith, the aforementioned JS4 one-handed warrior. Look at that, 52-second lap times he was out there running, which very respectable for only one hand. But it was Matt Burkeen who was your heat number 2 winner. Next up, we've got the 250 East boys coming up. I'm going to jump out of the server real quick here, and we're going to take a look at the 250 East qualifying results. And boy, oh boy, Connor Lynn's at the top of the charts. Who would have guessed that? Affectionately named the 250 class Alexis Leclerc, Connor Lynn's has been absolutely ripping this year. Probably the fastest 250 rider on raw speed in game right now. He's unbelievable, and we're expecting great things out of the Brit this year. Tanner Rogers also in the mix with a 2nd in qualifying. Ollie Skolman, Colton Mitchell, and Holden Coates. So a bunch of guys that you wouldn't expect up near the front. Colton Mitchell has rode very well in the off-season races, but some of the bigger names like Schiabro, Richard, Schmidt, those guys are a little bit further back. You can see them down there in 8th, 9th, or 9th, 10th, and 11th. So we'll see how it goes. We're going to load back in here in just a moment. Go to MX Simulator. That's better. Get better frame rate by doing that. And we're waiting on something. I think we're just waiting on Mike Strelo, who's still on the gate. He needs a kick. Yeah, Strelo's still on the gate. So only 19 runners started tonight in this heat race, as I am the other man on the gate. Not sure what exactly we're doing. Take a look at your Heat 1 winner right here, Matt Burkeen. Take a look at his Tagger Designs machine. And we'll go high above the Georgia Dome here in Atlanta and take a look down at the track. Pretty interesting track layout this week. One section that you're going to want to watch is that whip section right there on your screen. Not on the left side, but this one that we'll zoom in a little bit on. A lot of people having trouble in it. Very, very, very big whoops this week built by track creator Kyle Watts. These ones are also very big. However, they are shorter, so people are jumping through them in some cases. Other guys skimming and able to make it. It's just that these ones are so fast, they're having a tough time getting through them. So we do a little stadium sky cam fly through. No sound. You guys don't have any sound right now? Like in-game sound or what? We could turn the sound up a smidge here. Might be a little bit better. Really? You guys can't hear anything else? On my end, I have ambient sound coming through the speakers. Gets to number 39. Jeremy Shipley. Little do people know, this man right here, Jeremy Shipley, 3 Supercross wins to his name. And if I am not mistaken on this statistic, all of them coming in 2012. Actually led the points in 2012 until he broke his wrist by punching the wall. I don't know if that was rage related or not, but suddenly round 7, Jeremy Shipley not on the gate at all, and found out later through his teammate at the time, Sabrina Ritzler, that he had punched a hole in his wall and broken his wrist, so he was out of the racing for a little while. Only time I can remember where someone who was like right in the thick of the championship hunt for the most part literally injured his way out of the championship. All right, so we are set to go here with the first action of the year that we'll see of the 250 guys. I'm going to take a look at the middle of the gate here. Colton Mitchell, Verb Moto team. Let's go racing. 250 East series is underway, and a great start from none other than the 94 ride of Tyler Schmidt, as he always gets great starts, known as kind of the MX Simulator hole shot master, and he's going to get the hole shot here this time around as he takes his number 94 TBR machine around. The 2014 Houston winner, as we got none other than Chris Riesenberg joining us in the booth now. What is up tonight, Chris?
Good evening, sir. I'm trying to connect to the server at the moment.
All right, so we got Chris connecting to the server. You got a quick sound check there from Chris, so if we can get a check in chat that he's loud enough, that'd be fantastic as we continue to watch lap number 1 circulating here for the 250 East Heat number 1 as Tyler Schmidt holds down the lead. Daniel Mills is in second. And we got Derek Thorpe, Colton Mitchell, Ethan Howell, Frank Castermans, Nick Uzick, Will Whiteley, and Jeremy Cohenauer in the top 9 so far. Quentin Deese and a whole bunch of other guys back here. Mora, Blakely, Nazarek, Spangler, Rogers, Bachelet, Baker, all going over the line here in succession. Oh, we got a rider down on the whoops. So this is pretty good so far for Schmidt, getting out front, getting that early lead. As we said, he is kind of the whole shot master, so if he can get a good gate pick, expect Schmidt to get a good start tonight, content for the win. As I said, he was the 2014 Houston 250 main event winner, so he knows how to win these things, and kind of the veteran of the series, the 250 series, that is.
You had to carry it for a minute, Kellen. I had to get some stock model replacements or something. My bike's rolling biz with the new snapshot.
All right, no problem. These guys said, Chris, a little bit louder, so we're going to turn you up just a bit there. And I'm going to jump back in game. Schmitty, Urban, Jaegerman, Jensen leads. Then it's Daniel Mills, Derek Thorpe. Oh, Colton Mitchell on the 831 goes down. Verb Moto running some retro-looking Hondas tonight. I believe that, if I'm not mistaken, James Webb and everybody over at the Verb Moto team can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe those are 1999 replica factory Hondas, but I could be wrong. Quentin Deese, Nick Uzick, Daniel Bachelet. Good to see some of the retro stuff being ran. It's just a little annoying when guys fail to put them in the skins thread in the correct time. Ooh.
Zing!
All right, James Webb confirming in chat, those are the 99 factory Honda bikes. Replica bikes, rather.
I'm sick. Hopefully I'll be able to see some stuff now.
All right, Tyler Schmidt working lap number 3, about to go on to lap number 4. He's got a, let's have a look here, 10.9 second lead over the number 45 ride of Daniel Mills. Derek Thorpe is catching Daniel Mills. Thorpe running 784 don't believe that's his usual number. I believe he's usually number 427. I'm assuming, Chris, you may have some information about the number system that may have bit him there.
The number system, when you sign up, it locks your number in for the series. And I know a lot of guys are having troubles getting the number that they intended on. So for 3-digit guys, we're just not going to enforce that rule tonight. Let them get their skins updated for next week and go. Because obviously it's just a short time frame to get stuff together.
Right. Well, that's a fair enough statement on your end to let them run their stuff tonight. But it looks like Derek Thorpe here is taking the initiative to run the number that he may be running in the future, which is 784. As I said, every instance I've seen him before, he's on the 427 ride.
Oh, just watch Nick Uzik. I'm back in the server with bikes now. He made a sick pass down the rhythm.
I'm assuming that must have been on Colton Mitchell.
On Colton Mitchell, yeah. And Mitchell now right there behind him. Mitchell looks like he's running cameras all over his. Looks like he's got a goggle cam and a helmet cam.
I think those goggles are actually roll-offs, or maybe they are goggle cams.
No, it's only on one side, so I think
true.
It's a goggle cam.
Yeah, that's true. Very good point there.
Mitchell's staying close. You guys navigating that gnarly whoop section. Oh. Whoa. Uzik getting the swaps. Oh, the hook-a-book.
Yeah, I wanted to get your take on those whoops tonight, as it looks like Uzik just went down, so Mitchell able to sneak by him. But obviously you didn't build the track, so you didn't have necessarily a huge say in how those are set up. But do you like the big whoops? Both set of whoops have been kind of trouble for people this week. What's your thoughts?
The set before you come onto the start straight, I only ran probably maybe 10 laps on the track, so keep that in mind. I've been out of town, hadn't been playing the game. The ones before you come onto the start, I didn't have too much problem with, because I felt like I could drop into them and get through them most of the time, but get through them fast, rarely. The ones after the finish, yeah, I mean, those things were my kryptonite, but I never really messed with setup or anything for them, and I'm fine with big whoops. I wouldn't want them every week, but here and there, I mean, big whoops are big whoops, and these guys are good. They'll figure out a way to get through them. That's kind of the way I look at it.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you there. I was really excited to see the big whoops. Yeah.
We got a last transfer battle going right now. Edward Mora trying to close up on Noah Baker. I love that name still. Every year that I get to call it.
Those guys just snuck through as Tyler Schmidt right now up front. He's going to win.
Oh, speaking of the whoops, they just made some passes. I believe Uzik got passed, and he was down with a lapper. And J-Naz is out of a transfer behind these guys as well, so this thing's far from over. Uzik getting close to those bales.
J-Naz, big mistake.
Uzik is in the seat. He can see the pass that he needs to make. He misses the rhythm, though. Now he's going to really miss the rhythm.
Yeah,
he stays on the bike. And remember, we were just talking about those whoops. Mora and Baker have to get through those, as well as Will Whiteley and Quentin Dees. If any of them go down, they will lose the transfer spot. Into the whoops they go.
Everybody's
all clean so far. Uzik just sending it into him, jumps out of him over that roller. That was actually really sweet.
Into the final corner. And Dees actually slid out, but he's still going to get the final transfer spot.
For now, 2.1 is the gap. Uzik maybe get it on cuts, but that's a pretty big gap for cuts.
J-Naz, that's a big shocker to see him miss the opening main event of the year if he can't get it through in the LCQ.
Oh, holy crap. All the way from 6th to 9th for Will Whiteley. Whew. When the cuts came in, he got lucky. He barely held on to that transfer spot.
Well, I think he was also fortunate that Uzik had 2.16 seconds of cuts as well, so it pushed him a little further back. But shout out Tyler Schmidt, MX Prodigy 17, jumping into chat right now, so go ahead and congratulate him. He just won the first 250 East heat race of the season here at Atlanta. And we are moving on to 250 East Heat race number 2, which should feature...
The locomotives in here, I see.
Yeah, locomotive, but also fastest qualifier, Connor Linz.
Linz is here. Schiabro was good last year at the opener, I remember. Carson Tickle's on the outside, but I bet he's going to buy a hole shot right here, for sure. I'm watching him. On the number 66 Adept machine.
All right, here we go. 250 heat number 2 underway, and the number 29 machine out of the middle. That's Chase to Sell. He almost gets to the corner first. But you're right, Connor Linz grabs the hole shot, just edges out Victor Nykot. And
Nykot quickly to the lead.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like his jersey lettering. That stuff's sick.
So it's Nykot, DeSalle, and Linz, all three that were into the first corner. at the
Oh,
front.
did you see that triple over from DeSalle?
Yeah, all
I'm
the
just
450
seeing
guys
fast
are
guys
doing
on
that.
this track, so forgive me for saying stupid stuff. Lynn's jumping the whoops. I like that line too. Owen Hillman runs up in the 4 spot. Josh Betts with a great start up in the 5th spot. JT George avoids all the carnage. He's in 6th, and I think everyone else is dead in the whoops right now, including Corbin Lenaway, Mattias Lidman, Connor Peavy, Fred Heather. Ali Skolman runs in the 7th spot. He's the first guy to get back up out of the pileup. And now after the DeSalle's down after the finish in the whoops, but he's going.
Oh, Skolman!
Heather, Peavy, Lidman, and Robert's going to get through now.
And the whoops come up to bite some guys here on the first lap. Still technically on the first lap.
D. Cope runs in 9th, and Craig Richards is in 10th. A little shocked to see Richards drop into the 250 class.
Meanwhile, we've had a change for the lead up front. We totally missed it, but Connor Linz has taken over the lead, and man, oh man, he triples into the whoops and then damn near jumps all the way out.
Nycott runs 2nd. Betts has found himself all the way up in the 3rd spot.
This is going to be good for Josh Betts. I spoke with him earlier. He was very nervous about tonight.
Who's PRD? It's his team that he's running. I don't know
That is
anything about him.
Premier Racing Development. That's the same team that Tony Spinelli, Dominic Saulnier are on.
Ah, so they're on lawnmowers. It's lawnmower racing.
It's the lawnmower racing team, yeah. Connor Linz has lost the lead.
Lynn's going to take 2nd back from Betts. Betts just trying to stay on 2 wheels as JT George is coming up behind him now.
I like the foreign flavor, if I do say so myself, in this 250 East Championship. We've got a French rider leading and a British rider in 2nd.
Of course you do, Kellen.
I know.
Of course you do.
I know. I had to stick it in there, Chris. When was I going to say it?
You had to stick it in there,
I did. Oh!
Whoa, who was down there that they all jumped over? I'm trying to find it. I think that was actually a lapper.
I think it was Corbin Lenaway, judging by the skins that I saw.
Actually, Tickle? Alright, so Nycott leads this thing. Connor Linz is charging hard in 2nd at the moment. And Josh Betts just cruising along in 3rd. He's not doing any big lines down this rhythm, just kind of double-double.
Oh, he's on the bike still.
Stays on the bike. DeSalle's going to jump over him. Betts going to have to try to re-enter safely here. Calm it down.
He's going to get back in 5th behind JT George. He's
Craig
got
Richards
time.
Has found his way up to 6th. Lidman 7th. Skolman and Hillman. And right now in 10th, Jack Roberts has to make up some time. Number 63, he's got a national number. He's expecting to be in this main event, I'm sure. As is Cody Penwell, would be my guess, who's sitting in the 11th spot.
Yeah, we thought, kind of said jokingly, Chris, when Penwell broke his femur, he was about to be the next 250 East champion. Not starting it off right.
Yeah. I haven't been around, so I don't know how much he's been playing or not playing, but I think he might be working on his baking career a little more than his sim career these days.
Maybe he was too busy. He had to put a chaw in at the start of the race. Josh Betts was down after the whoops.
I just see that, and also the 206 of Skolman just gets up right in front of Penwell.
Oh, Hillman and Betts came together. Hillman hit the deck.
Oh, Penwell almost goes down. Battle for the last transfer is a group of guys now. Betts, unfortunately for him, found himself in this battle now when he was all the way up in 2nd at one point.
Betts off the track again. Oh, gets on very sketchily.
Up front, Linz had taken the lead, and now Nycott is laying on the ground. Chase DeSalle is running all by himself in 3rd. Then JT George, Craig Richards, Jack Roberts, Mattias Lidman, Josh Betts, and Cody Penwell are your top 9 at the moment. Dylan Copeland is in 10th, and he's still definitely in striking distance.
Yeah, he is. He is right behind those guys. He can see them going into the corner before the finish. We've got
Basically,
2 laps to go.
4th on back is not safe right now by any means. Especially with these whoops the way they are. There's Betts, I believe, laying in the
Penwell.
whoops.
That was Penwell, yeah.
And, Jack Roberts went to get up from a crash, turns right into Copeland.
They are both still in transfer spot as Penwell is now outside looking in. He's back to 11th behind Hillman.
And Hillman just sending it down the rhythm into the Dragon's back. Gets a little set sideways. Sorry, I'm sick a little bit.
Oh, Hillman down. He takes Penny with him. Yep.
Yes, and Skolman's going to land into a pileup, including Betts and a bunch of guys. There goes Peter the Locomotive Like, just chugging along, right on through, looking for a transfer spot now.
I'm not too sure. We're going to have to check on Connor Linz where he is on the track, because he could... No, he's not going to get there in time to lap those guys.
He's going into the triple right now.
Yeah, he's behind Penwell.
Leak and Betts almost get together after the whoops, or do they get together? Drag racing down. Betts going to try to go inside. Nobody's going to follow him through.
That is for 10th right now, I
Who can survive the whoops on the last lap and see who gets into this main event.
Go up front real quick just to check on Connor Linz as he takes the heat number 2 win. So Linz making a statement. This battle for the last transfers
Betts
on, though.
Going inside on Like. These guys are 10th and 11th. They need to make the move right now on JT George. George going to try that inside, step over, makes a mistake.
Oh, Betts made a mistake.
Makes a mistake. The Locomotive.
Peter quads through.
Again, same section.
Oh, and Betts T-bones JT George. That's going to kill all their chances.
Gives Like a freaking Christmas present and a half with a nice gap over Betts now if he can just survive the whoop section.
Copeland's down after the whoops, and Skolman just narrowly avoids him. Like survives. Betts is charging, but I think he's going to fall just short. Oh, last corner shenanigans. Skolman plows into Copeland, and he gets up and he takes Peter with him.
Like.
Oh, my God.
They tumble
What?
across.
What?
Skolman, after doing that, does not qualify.
Oh,
Betts
my
gets in.
gosh.
Somehow they tumbled in a direction.
They dragged each other over the finish line. Peter gets the spot. Betts gets the spot by 0.4 of a second. Finished only 1/100th of a second behind Peter. Oh my goodness, that was absolutely insane. So it's so far without cuts. It's Betts, Like, Copeland, Roberts, DeSalle, Richards, Lidman, Nycott, and Linz to the main. But we'll have to see what happens with cuts.
Oh my goodness. So I just say karma for the unsafe track re-entry on Skolman, because he's gonna get penalized for getting up and taking someone out anyways, and then to not make the main, I guess it just takes care of it for me. I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, that was, I don't really know what he was doing. He was safe and into the main event despite Copeland doing something to him. Man, that was just a very weird set of circumstances, and cuts are in.
And it stays the same. Betts actually moves to 8th in front of Like, which Betts would have gotten in regardless of the Skolman deal, because he was right behind Like going into that turn.
Right. Wow, what a wild end to that heat race.
Wow, that was kind of cool. I kind of liked it. Those guys were rolling around like they were on their honeymoon or something. Going across that finish line.
Yeah, chat going off right now. That was
Actually, let me just say that was like a virgin on a honeymoon, because that shit got messy. Oh my goodness.
We sure missed your puns, Chris. We sure did.
Yeah, I don't know how much I'm armed with. It's been a while, but wow, that was pretty sweet. If that's what the 250 East Series has in store, I'm in.
Yeah, I am in for sure. That's no question about that. Whew, all right, it is time to go 450 semi racing, though. We got 450 semi action coming up in just a moment. Just kind of waiting on wheels at this point.
I'm assuming all the sign-up issues got fixed and stuff at one point.
Yeah, I haven't heard anybody complain. I mean, during the day there was a lot of people complaining, but I haven't heard anybody complain so far that they didn't, make it in because sign-ups opened late. Wheels got on after qualifying ended, and then I think reopened sign-ups, so I'm assuming everybody got in. I liked what you had to post, though, on the forums, Chris, letting everybody know that they would probably have less than an hour to sign up. That was good. Good predecessor to that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard when Wheels, I don't think, can even bring his phone to work with him, is the deal. So when we need something during the day, it's tough, and he's the only one that can handle those situations. So a moment of silence for the maid who has to clean up after.
Oh man, I love it. I love when we get some good commentary and the chat gets involved. It makes nights like these very enjoyable for us as hosts and streamers.
Yeah, and awesome to see a good turnout of people still midway through the season tuning in to watch the streams, and I'm sure the archives are still getting plenty of views as well.
Oh, absolutely. We've got tons of archive. I also want to give a shout out, if I may, to JLV, who's been a huge help to us since we've launched the channel, and he continues to post the archives up on the main page, mxsimulator.com, every week. So JLV, a really great guy, has obviously made this game, which we all love and hate at the same time sometimes. But so why we're all here is that man, JLV.
I give a huge shout out to anyone in chat that can find me a 2016 Daytona track map. That would be sweet while we have some downtime here.
Yeah.
I would really like to get building that track sometime. That race is only next week.
Yeah.
And also while we have some downtime, probably a good time to thank our sponsors, and especially our newest sponsor. If you guys haven't checked out versus-pc.com already, head over there, order up some stuff, upgrade your system, buy a new system. They're hooking it up with a discount as well. Shoot me over a PM or an email to chris@racefactorgaming.com. I can get you that discount code. Great group of guys coming on board with PC hardware, putting up some awesome prizes for the series. And we'll have some big announcements about that soon, including the East-West Shootout and a little Triple Crown action that will be kicking off soon. Good stuff coming from versus-pc.com.
Yeah, it's awesome to have a new sponsor on board. And they, like you said, have put together a great pool of prizes that will be coming up on Daytona. Will be first round of Triple Crown, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
so.
That's the plan, and it'll probably, I mean, it's looking like it might be delayed.
Yeah.
But we have a kind of a plan B in place at the moment, so.
Yeah, but nonetheless, Versus PC getting on board. Check them out at versus-pc.com, if I'm not mistaken. And
Yep.
yes.
And also, MotoOption Clothing, of course, title sponsor, Racetech Suspension, and FamMX and Tiger Designs, all of them putting up some great stuff for the series.
Absolutely, always awesome to see the people that we have on board in this game. And
yeah, year after year for some of the guys like MotoOption and Tiger, and obviously my presence with Racetech, I'm not going anywhere, but
right.
It's awesome to see. And we're ready to go semi-racing, boys.
All right, semi number 1 is on the gate. Let's go racing once again here in Atlanta, Hotlanta. And it looks like the 146 Swiss rider on the inside.
Kyle Robb from the outside.
Rob and Guido.
Gets into him. Rob trying to re-enter here. Still re-enters with a good start, but Clement Lana taking over the lead on the number 40.
Oh, Jeremy Smith just got landed on and somehow was able to ride it out. He's in 4th, doing it one-handed with a cast on.
And looks like Wilcox is in 5th right now. Launches by Smith, launching through the whoops. Somehow holds it together on the number 11.
Yeah, Wilcox 3rd.
Sanders.
Just real quick, just want to say Wilcox, this is the 3rd different team that he's been on this year now. He was on TM Factory Racing to start the year, had a discrepancy, was on Verb, another discrepancy. Now he's on Off-Camber Digital, so kind of a rough year for Wilcox team-wise.
For sure, and looks like Wheelan, I believe that went down. It was, and that's going to move August Sanders up into a transfer spot. That's right, August Sanders back in the 450 class for the, and he nails a pole and lets Seabolt go by. Temporarily, anyways.
Man, these guys are doing a little do-si-do in turn 1 there. Wilcox had to check up to avoid hitting Sanders, who had tried to park almost, it looked like Seabolt.
Best of Nations, yes. The Vegas round will be a points round for the 250 class. Both coasts combined is at least what they're doing in real life. I'm guessing that's what we'll do in Sim.
So Clement Lana is leading the way right now, the EMC Concept Graph TM rider.
He looks like he's got a little Leclerc bobblehead action going through the whoops, huh? A little loose setup.
Well, he is a French rider, so... Oh!
He's down.
He was kind of all over the place in that rhythm section there.
Kyle Robb going to take the spot. Lana trying to get going. Smith and Seabolt down.
Yeah, Seabolt just tripled onto the Jeremy Smith's back. Unfortunate for Smith, who's just doing the best he can with his broken wrist.
It's clearly Wilcox's birthday today as he picked up about 3 spots. Quite the gift.
Yeah, absolutely. As
Lana going in 3rd, and welcome back to the 450 class, also to the number 60, Spencer Turley. Both him and Sanders coming off of Suspensions during the outdoors, didn't have their pro licenses coming into the season. No issues during the West Coast swing, and now they're back in the 450s.
Yeah. Good stuff to see them out here, too. I mean, Turley had a really great West Coast series on a 250. Despite...
Yeah, I mean, he's top 5 in points, and from the sounds of it, talking to him, I believe he's staying in the 450 class. He's not going back to 250 action.
Well, he did miss the main event at Dallas, so missed the, was in the LCQ and just straight missed the main. So I think the 450 is just a better suits him.
For sure, and pretty respectable. Like, he wants to race clean and be out there, so good to see him back. And obviously same with Sanders. I mean, he's an OG. As I just watched Seabolt bust out a quad down that rhythm, that's pretty sick. This is my first time seeing fast guys on the racetrack, so
yeah, I think he missed it in the first. It may have been in the first 450 heat, but Seabolt got together with Tony Spinelli, and they were really not happy with each other. I don't know what Spinelli did, but Seabolt for the next 3 corners basically just did whatever he could to put Spinelli on the ground. So, very interesting. Seabolt
taking a look at the
cool
positions outside the transfer, James Armstrong was actually into a transfer at one point, crashed out. Smith was in a transfer and crashed out, and Sanders actually just had a legs off on the triple, and he was right in the group with these guys. And Guido almost had a whole shot, and he's back in the 8th spot. So these guys got some work to do. Seabolt looking pretty dang good on this 450 right now. He's all over Turley.
We're on board with the number 10 ride of Jeremy Seabolt. He's doing the 3 over, 2 into the corner. Oh! Turley on the ground.
Interesting to see these guys jumping those whoops. You'd think that'd be a little more inconsistent, but they seem to be consistently able to do it.
Yeah. Very interesting for sure, because I was not able to do that at all this week. Put in a little time to the track just to see how it was, and jumping the whoops never worked for me, so these guys have figured it out.
Is Henners racing?
Henners is racing. He'll be in Semi 2. Had a really, really rough first heat, so.
All right, Seabolt's moved into 2nd now as Lana made another mistake. Kyle Robb all alone by himself out front. The number 23 getting dirty. Almost too dirty. Makes a huge mistake because of it.
Yeah, we were taking a look at Jeremy Seabolt on board camera there for a moment, but we're back up front looking at Kyle Robb. Oof.
He's got 1 corner to go, and he'll be taking away a semi-victory and going on to the main event.
Yep, there it is. A semi number 1 victory for Kyle Robb of the Splitfire team. His teammate, Jeremy Seabolt, follows him home. Oh, Lana slides out and falls off the bike. That was Prokop that slid into him. So Turley is going to pick up 3rd. Lana should be good
patiently going to go across in 4th, and looks like Armstrong pretty much all by himself right here in 5th.
Yep. Stephen Mages, Especial.
Hey. I know that guy.
Yeah, you do.
All right, so that should be your top 5. Guido's pretty far back. It'd take a lot of cuts to get him in. Jeremy Smith going to be going to that LCQ, as well as Thomas Wilcox, Sanders, and a few other guys. Not a lot of guys in this.
Yeah, I think we had a lower turnout tonight. Not too sure.
14
yeah, only 14
in the semis. The semis are always smaller, so.
It's true, but there would be 16 if I'm not mistaken, because you do 20-20 and then 4 out of each.
I guess
so
I should have signed up and gooned it out.
Come on, Chris. To be fair, you showed up a little late, so.
Yeah, I think I would have been a hazard. Maybe. So we have semi number 2 of the 450s coming up, and then it's finally LCQ time. Oh, yeah.
So just a confirmation now with cuts in. It was Armstrong, Lana, Turley, Seabolt, and your race winner, Kyle Robb, to transfer out of that semi. Semi number 2 coming up. And the aforementioned Jeremy Henners will be in this one.
Who's that guy?
Go with someone closer to the box. Ryan Mahan on the 37 is also in this one. Enters the race 4th in points this week, so he's trying to turn it around. Let's go semi number 2 racing here in Atlanta. Oh, Henners got pinched, but it's Mahan who gets to the corner first. Haley is trying to get the whole shot. Actually, Spinelli comes out with the whole shot. Haley went down.
And I just watched Toby Stocks just literally try to run over a rider, and that would have been Tiberino. He just tried to ride right through the back of.
Got some style cam going on the triple right now. So we watch these guys go over the triple and close up
lawnmower and a spark plug in 1 and 2. We can see if Splitfire can wash his front end out and not lose a spot. Oh, looks like Zoacross quit bitching on the forums long enough to line up for a race. I also see Andrew Wood decided to quit bitching on the forums long enough to line up to race as well. Nice to see, boys.
Interesting kind of to see that that's the second time in these semis that we've seen guys actually lose the front end going into that corner. You think it's just a case of they're coming in too leaned over and pushing too hard, or is there something else to it?
There's not bumpy in the berms, but there's little edges in a couple of the corners on entry and exit. They're not bumps like you normally would see on my stuff. They're like almost like ruts, but they're not on purpose, I don't think, at all. But if you don't have decals on the track, you can definitely see them. As I just saw Haley, who was in 6th, and he's had a good year. He's down. Going to let Henners by into the number 6 spot, and he's going to try to make a move on Andrew Wood, who has 8 seconds on him early on. Battling with Craig Leak.
Yeah, it would just got by Craig Leak for that matter after the whoops. Over the finish line and into, I guess we can call these whoops the coffins as well. Oh, Leak is down. Yeah, he got all out of shape. So let's see if Henners, he's going to have to go down the right side of the whoops. Let's see if he gets through him. Oh, he's off. He's stuck behind those bales now. Now he's got to try to make a safe track re-entry. So luckily no one's coming. Well, no one was coming, and then he messed up again. Man, it really nothing changed there because Leak went down, and now Henners is still about 8 seconds back in the same spot he was before, although Jack Haley gets by. The Lawnmower Man trying to run down Ryan Mahan. Number 1 and 2 spot. Oh, yeah, we had a change for the lead. Did not realize that. Spinelli coughed it up. He got mowed down. That is a interesting setup. Not sure I've ever seen that combo before. Arrow helmet, fly gear, Garnet boots. Can't say I've seen that before. I can't see the helmet. It looks stock to me. Well, actually, what do you know what boots the Rockstar Husky team wears by chance? Negative. Alpine Star, I'm assuming. Because then Osborne would be Arrow helmet, fly gear, Alpine Star boots? I don't know, and I don't care enough to research it, but I do care enough to watch Spinelli reeling Mahan back in, trying to make this pass. Mahan just went down after the Supercross triple. Oh, Spinelli's... Oh, my goodness. Almost cartwheels into him. Zoacross is not going to get there in time. Spinelli's already up and going. Haywood, ooh. Craig Leak. The pressure spot right now is Craig Leak, who's definitely experiencing some lag as he was literally floating over those whoops. Husky riders get to choose their own boots. Garnets and A-Stars are the option. Huh. So I wonder if someone runs Garnets, because I think Rockstar Husky contracted with Arrow helmets, right? There's nobody on that team that doesn't run Arrow. Anderson. I'm pretty sure you're correct on that. Craig Leak's down. He had just passed Zoacross, who was down. Should be enough time for Henners to get through. Leak is going to just be getting going as Henners gets there. If he makes a safe track. Re-entry. Here we go. Battle for the last transfer spot between SYS Racing's Jeremy Henners and HLTN Co.'s Craig Leak. I believe that's pronounced Hilton, right? Hilton, yes. Yeah, okay. And not too far behind is Toby Stocks, and Stocks eats it. So. Yeah. Haley will actually be the next guy behind them, but they have a decent gap on Haley. For all you forum warriors, Toby Stocks came under quite a bit of scrutiny last week. Australian lag has been quite the topic lately on the forums, and Stocksy supposedly had taken out Hunter Root for a position in some way, shape, or form by using his lag to his advantage, and it did not make people happy as Leak. Oh, Henners! Into him. Oh, and Henners puts him on the ground. On the bike, though. Wow, I have never seen that happen where they both hit the ground. Pretty similar speeds and angles, and Henners stayed up. Leak's jumping off the track. This is only going to get worse for him. Haley's trying to come through. And he's down. So, meanwhile, Ryan Mahan has won semi number 2 as Spinelli wheelies down the start straight. He's going to pick up second. Zoacross has A-Wood right behind him. Henners off the track had gotten hit by a lapper there. I'm not sure who that is, a 50... I couldn't quite see his number. Oh, the 96 Yeah, I still don't know who that is.
96 is David Wright.
Hinders just needs to get through the whoops. Let's see if Leak pushes it. He got through the whoops really clean. Is going to come down the final corner. No, Hinders is pretty far away. Oh, Cross was down before the finish. So Hinders actually gets fourth for the time being.
I believe Cross is on a 350.
He
also.
is. Yeah, Cross is definitely on a 350. Whew. So,
all right, so Mahan, Spinelli, Wood, Hinders, and Cross for now until cuts are in. Leak hoping for a miracle to make it to not have to go to that LCQ, along with Tiberino, Haley, Stocks, Pappy.
oh, Hinders screwed out of it on cuts. 3.29 seconds of cuts. Jeremy Hinders, where did you cut the track? Jesus Christ.
Wow, and this LCQ is going to be loaded up.
Yeah, it will be. Oh my goodness. Also, I don't know what happened in the last section with the number 96 ride of, I don't know who that was, David Wright. But Hinders was like inside of him going through that last rhythm section, and it caused Hinders to go way off the track. So Hinders missed the main by 0.3 of a second, and a lot of it had to do with that incident right there. So hopefully there wasn't any foul play going on.
Some shenanigans. All right, we have 250 LCQ on the line, correct?
Yes, we do.
Oh boy, I bet we're in for some action. 4 laps, action-packed.
Last chance for these 250 East guys to make it into the main event. We already have a runner hitting the gate. That was JT George on the 284. It is a land rush.
Silic almost Larry loops it down the start, and Schiabro takes the whole shot. Silic had it until he got the front end a little high.
Schiabro's down. Oh no.
Corbin Linaway.
Yeah, your teammate.
Ali Skolman going to try to get up in there. Remember, he almost had a transfer and then
Doolies
rolling through the bed sheets. Daniel Bachelet and Holden Coat right now on the spots. Carson Tickle on the outside looking in.
I gotta stick to my guns there, man. They threw doolies.
Oh, drink. Oh, we have a pass for the last transfer. Holden Coat gets passed by Tickle. Tickle closes the door on him. And now it is Robert Wilson trying to make the move on Moneybags. Carson Tickle.
The good old Moneybag story. I love that one.
Oh, J-Naz charging his way through those whoops, trying to get up in the mix, as well as Jeremy Kahuna.
Boy, oh boy, that is some list that is outside looking in right now. There, we got Tanner Rogers, second fastest qualifier. He's down at the end of the whoops. He's got a long ways to go.
Schiabro is going to make like 4 passes right here. His guys are tangled up.
But Dominic Sawney, Holden Coat was top 5 in qualifying. He's outside looking in. Penwell out. Hillman, Music, Spangler, Sawney I already mentioned. Fred Heather, Connor Peavy. All these guys outside looking in. This is unbelievable.
Oh my goodness. And this just guys everywhere right now. Lenaway leading the way.
Yeah.
Carson Tickle, Robert Wilson, and Chase Blakely have the spots. Schiabro's the closest one to getting himself in the main. Remember, he was second at the East Coast opener last season. But lots of fast guys not in right now. And I think it's going to come down to survival through these whoop sections to who gets into this main event.
Right. Schiabro is
Oh, but Lenaway is down with the lead, but he does have a good gap.
Should get up.
Oh, Wilson was down and out of a transfer now.
So Schiabro is actually up to 4th. Kohenauer is no?
5th. Yeah, Kohenauer's 5th and Wilson's 6th. Then Bachelet, Heather, Spangler, Hillman. That's about as far back, I think, as you can be right now and still getting into this main event.
Yeah, we're going to come to 2 laps to go next time by.
All right, so through the whoops they go. Grab that white flag. Carson Tickle. No, it's not white flag yet. Sorry.
Yeah, there's that one extra lap at the beginning that kind of messes with your mind.
Oh, Lenaway catching Tickle, but gets sketchy.
Battle for the lead.
Watch this last transfer, but the lead battle might be a little better. But I don't know. Kohenauer's charging right now in 5th.
Oh, Schiabro back and forth across the track. Still nails that triple.
I think a wild Zach just appeared in chat. I'm guessing he's pinned 66.
Yeah, Zach Dupuis. Unfortunately not racing tonight. Had to stay late for work, so made the first 7 main events of the year. Not going to be in the main tonight, obviously. Unfortunate.
All right, Carson Tickle continuing to lead. Lenaway looking good. Blakely right there. Schiabro and Konauer still definitely right there. Keeping the pressure on. Kind of keep an eye on this last transfer battle. Let the leaders battle it out. Down the whoops one more time. Konauer's got the whoops after the finish locked up.
Yeah, he does.
Good. I have a black screen on the stream just so you know. I'm reloading just to see if it's down, but double check. It says offline for me.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting because I'm all good on mine.
Yeah, and they're saying rip in chat as well.
Oh, what the heck? I have no idea what just happened. I'm literally all good on my end.
Well, luckily right now there's no change for the last transfer.
This is very
refresh.
strange. All right, so Tickle, Lenaway, Blakely, and Schiabro. We are recording, so all this will be saved in a recording.
Konauer did get close, but
yeah, 0.5 of a second.
But it is still down.
Huh. That is really peculiar. Why would it be working on my end and not?
Refreshing again. Still offline.
All right. Well, let's fix this then. Alrighty, folks, we refreshed the stream, so please, if we can, just let me know if it comes back. Right now we have Checkers 4 for 8, letting everybody know in chat. Obviously, if you're watching this back on YouTube. Okay, we are back. Carson Tickle, Corbin Lenaway, Chase Blakely, and Jeremy Schiabro. I really have no idea what happened there, guys. My stream didn't crash, my OBS didn't crash, nothing went wrong.
Let's look at who didn't make the main, at least until cuts come in. Jeremy Konauer, Robert Wilson, Owen Hillman, Ethan Howell, Bachelet, Saulnier, Ryan Spangler, Connor Peavy, Holden Coate, Cody Penwell, Jay Naz, Tanner Rogers, Fred Heather, Thomas Sillick, Brian Berg, Ollie Skolman, Nick Uzik, JT George, all not making the first main event of the year. Are you kidding me?
I know, no change in the top 4 either. It was still Tickle, Lenaway, Blakely, and Schiabro going through to the main event. So now it is a 450 LCQ. Stereotypical white guy. You are not correct in guessing that I have Comcast. Although I wish I had freaking
Cox?
Google
Cox in your butt?
No, Google Fiber. Is that what it's called?
Oh, is that like that lightning fast?
Yeah, that's the one that's like
Michael Essie whole shot stuff?
Yeah. Comcast has not monopolized me yet. I don't think I don't know if we have Comcast in my area.
Oh man, it's
know.
LCQ time. Let's go, hitters.
I don't know if anybody in my area that has Comcast here. That's peculiar. All right, and we are underway. 450 LCQ. Taking a look at Jeremy Hinters. He's got a good start. Jack Haley up the inside, trying to squeeze everybody. Hinters pushes wide. Is it Haley with the start? I couldn't know.
No, Haley's laying on the ground in the first turn. That is Thomas Wilcox, Jeremy Hinters. Pappy was in third. He's on the ground. Everyone else is down.
Hinters.
Top 2 break it away.
Yeah, Hinters to the lead. He busted the quad mid-rhythm. Dualies out of Wilcox
Chapman
and Hinters.
Rolls up into the 3 spot. Prokop has 4th, but comes up short. And Pappy in 5th with Tiberino behind him.
Wilcox going to take the lead back.
Oh, Pappy's down, going head on into the triple. Not looking good for him. Tiberino now runs in 5th just to make some time up on Zach Prokop.
So across the line at the end of the first lap, it was Wilcox, Hinters, Chapman, and Prokop.
Your top 4. Tiberino charging hard, trying to get in. Top 4 to the main. Otherwise, you're going up to eat cotton candy in the stands. Looks like Hinner's made a mistake. He's dropped into the 3 spot.
Ooh, I don't know if I'd want Zach Prokop behind me right now. Prokop has been a sketch ball and a half this year, taking out leaders while being a lapper. He's in the last transfer spot, but he may need to do a little bit more with Dominic Tiberino coming up from behind.
Yes, this is the 450 LCQ. It's drift. And I guess I would rather have Prokop behind me versus in front of me, because if he gets buck wild and goes down, we still have to try to dodge him.
Oh, Hinner's down.
Prokop down.
Oh,
Tiberino down.
Everybody's down.
Haley's going to make up some big time.
Gonzalez was the only rider that stayed on 2 wheels there, even though he did, like, technically fall. Oh, Prokop is... Well, I thought he made a bigger mistake than what he actually did. Stays up. Now he's going to try to pull alongside Hinner's as they go through the sand. This is for the last transfer spot, so a lot riding on the line with these guys.
Oh, Hinner's not able to get the quad. Prokop goes for it, gets the move.
Now
Tiberino and Hinner's
dualies. I'm going to have to take a shot later for that.
Hinner's has the inside. Is he going to drive him high?
Yeah.
Nice and clean. Oh, Hinner's getting sketch.
Through the
That side of that jump's not smooth. He just got kind of effed.
Oh, Chapman's down with the lead. Wilcox trying to avoid him, goes down too. This is survival at this point. Gonzalez through the whoops looks pretty good. Prokop good. Tiberino good. Haley no, into the corner.
He'll be sitting there for a while.
Yeah, August Sanders. Oh, Prokop is down. So
Hinner's makes a huge mistake. Here goes Sanders.
The Colonel. Off the track, though. Way off the track. Yeah,
Hinner's also made a mistake, so now Haley's back in front. Sanders got really lucky with that track re-entry that the guys were on the inside and not the outside.
So it is Wilcox, Chapman, Gonzalez, Tiberino, the transfer spots right now. Sanders, Hinner's, Haley back here.
All going to come down to these whoops, I guess.
Yeah, I think it is going to be all about the whoops. Top
Tiberino
4
and
good.
Gonzalez got sketchy.
These whoops here on the last lap, it's make or break for these guys at the moment. And Gonzalez gets crazy out of shape, but oh no! Oh, Tiberino onto the back of Chapman. Gonzalez is in the absolute worst spot. Haley's down. Hinner's is through, and Haley.
Hinner's is into third.
Who's over the back of the berm? I forgot. Is it?
I can't find him.
Where did he go?
Wait. So
it's
Wilcox
Gonzalez
is gone out front. Chapman's by himself in second. Hinner's is third, and Sanders is fourth. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? And Sanders makes a huge mistake. Here comes Fro. Oh my gosh. Fro's got the inside. He's got him teed up.
Oh, nope, not quite. Let's see how these guys get through the whoops. So Wilcox is going to take the LCQ win. Chapman through the whoops clean. Hinner's also through the whoops clean. Sanders has to do it clean.
Here goes Fro up the inside.
Not gonna have enough. Does he get to drive down the straightaway? He's gonna try to. He's gonna square him up.
Hard.
Here we go. Oh, down he goes.
Last transfer.
I got a shitty angle of it. That sucks. But Fro cleans out Sanders for the last transfer spot. You had to expect it was coming. Wow. Sanders probably not gonna be thrilled, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah, last turn, last transfer, and I guess he could have maybe went to the inside there.
Yeah, I mean that was his only. I guess
that would have been my move, I guess, but hindsight's 20/20.
Yeah, that inside rut is pretty bad too. He could have easily just lost it if Fro decided to check up and go outside then. But as it stands,
I don't know. The biggest thing for me is Fro did turn and use the brakes, and I think he would have made the corner even if he didn't hit Sanders. So that's kind of my initial play on it. I'm sure I'll be reviewing the protest on that this week.
Yeah.
Be my guess.
All right, cuts are in, and it's Fro, Hinner's, Chapman, and Wilcox to the main. So Hinner's went through the LCQ last week. He just did it again.
I think Hinner's needs to go buy us a lotto ticket because he went from not making the main to everyone blowing up at the end of the whoops to getting himself into the main.
Right, exactly. I mean, and he was in the right spot in the whoops too. He could have been a little bit more left, and he would have ran into those guys. Unbelievable. But I'll tell you what, folks, I am beyond thrilled to see this 250 East main event. This has been a long time coming. We got Tyler Schmidt, we got Connor Linz. It's going to be a good one.
Yes, gonna be exciting to get this 250 East series rocking.
I got to take my shot for the Hinters and Tiberino dualies I never did.
Shots. Woohoo! Kind of bummed you weren't in Dallas. I actually had a good pass and sat in the press box. I could have hung out with you, Kellen.
Damn it! I know, and I was super businessy with my co-workers in San Diego, so it's hard to hang out with you. That was total chance, though, by running in you at the gate, huh? That was
yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's how I found Campo, though, too, is I ran into him.
Oh, man, that was pretty funny. Whew. All right, warm-up lap time. Let's take you through the running order we are going to have tonight. We have got Tyler Schmidt, Noah Baker, Jack Roberts, Chase Assell, Craig Richards, Edward Mora, Daniel Mills, Corbin Lenaway, Carson Tickle, Connor Linz, Jeremy Schiabro, Chase Blakely, Dylan Copeland, Colton Mitchell, Matthias Lidman, Josh Betts, and a bunch of other people that I did not get yet.
A lot of guys go wide open off the track for the warm-up start.
Jack Roberts, Quentin Deese, Peter Leik. We've also got the French rider Victor Nycott in here. Derek Thorpe, Frank Castermans. This is, I think it's hard to bet Connor Linz, bet against him here, as fast as he's been this week. But if you could take anybody but Linz, who you got right now?
Man, I wish I had seen a little more racing, but in times, I will go with... I'm going to go with Schmidt. I think he's going to hole shot and avoid the carnage. He looked good in his heat.
All right, we've got Tyler Schmidt for the whole shot. Let's find out. We are underway. 250 East action, and Schmidt has got a flyer, but it's Linz up the inside. Linz versus Schmidt, and it's Linz who actually grabs the whole shot, but it's going to be Tyler Schmidt right there in second.
And Nycott there as well. 3 hitters right up front early. They got to stay clean these first few laps if they want a chance at winning this main event. I truthfully believe it's going to be a battle of attrition and survival out there.
In my opinion, I think if Tyler Schmidt wants to win this main event, he's got to go get him right now. I think they can't let Linz get away.
No, he's fast for sure. We'll see how he races.
All right, we are not even a lap into the books yet, as this lap is not counted, so now we are technically on the first lap. Oh, right off the track, that looked like the 63 of Jack Roberts.
Yes, Roberts is down. Daniel Mills moves up into the number 4 spot. Driving a CR. Actually, so mixing it up a little on the dynos for him. Colton Mitchell's in 5th. Chase Blakely, Matthias Lidman, Jeremy Schiabro. Roberts down again. Loses a spot to Josh Betts and Dylan Copeland. Those are your top 10 early on.
And just as I predicted, Connor Linz has already established a fairly decent gap out front as he triples into the whoops. Looks good through him there. Tyler Schmidt is trying to stick with him, but it's not working so far. Neither is it working for Nycott, who's actually lost a little bit of touch with Schmidt.
Mills and Mitchell battling right now for the 4 spot.
That's
Mitchell
good.
Takes the spot from Mills.
It's good to see Colt Mitchell up front, 4th fastest qualifier. I think he has the speed to run with these guys. This is actually his debut in Supercross. As it is for Connor Linz, we might point out. This is the first Race Factory Gaming Supercross for Connor Linz. He earned national number 31 by being terrific outdoors last year. No Supercross, so... He is coming out swinging, though, I tell you.
Top 3 just looking clean right now. Mitchell looks like he's charging really hard in 4th. But I have a feeling, like I said, about... Oh, Nycott's down in 3rd.
Yeah, Nycott down there at the end of the whoops. He's going to cough it up to Mitchell.
These guys are only a straight away from lappers already, and they're only on lap 3.
That's probably going to be the key factor here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This race isn't even going to get started till they get to lappers, in my opinion.
Yeah, very good point. I hadn't thought about that because I knew that Linz is going to be real good out front, but lappers could be this kryptonite tonight for these guys.
And just surviving those whoop sections with guys down in them is going to be tough. Man, I see making a few mistakes, missing rhythm sections.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, just went on, off, triple there, which is not the fast line.
He actually went over the table but clipped it and then had to go table over single at the beginning as well. So
okay, yeah.
Lost a good bit of time. He's 5 seconds behind right now.
About to get into lappers, though.
Here they come into the whoops, and there's guys down already.
On board with Connor Linz through the whoops. He's really good at hitting every whoop, like, cleanly. Doesn't ever really get too off-kilted there.
And it doesn't look like, at least that run down, he wasn't the fastest guy through him, but it looked like he could go that speed and control the bike.
Yeah.
Which usually if you commit and you can't control the bike, that's when things can happen.
Oh,
so
here we
there's
go.
a huge pile up. Linz gets through. Is Schmidt going to get through?
Looks like Linz is
through for now, but he has a couple lappers between him and Linz.
Linz is stuck behind the 594 of Matthias Lidman. He lets him go finally, or not, maybe not. Down the inside. Finally let him go. See what this lap turns out.
Dodging the down rider. Chaos everywhere already.
A 54.5, so much slower than what Linz can run there on that lap. We got a rider down the whoops. Linz is down. Here we go.
Here comes Schmidt.
Schmidt gets through clean and gets through.
Oh
my gosh, what an absolute masterful job of weaving.
Linz is up in second right now, trying to get back into rhythm. Mitchell is still sitting third with Nycott right behind him. That was a quick update. Linz, another mistake at the end of the rhythm, and he has lappers everywhere in front of him.
Yeah.
Schmidt makes a mistake in the rhythm, has a lapper down. He's going to try to go around in that Schiabra. He's clean. Schiabra lets him go by.
Yeah, that's actually Schmidt's new teammate, Jeremy Schiabra, on that TBR ride. Schiabra picking that up this week. Colton Mitchell is also buried in lap traffic. He's stuck behind his teammate, Edward Mora.
Mitchell goes by, and Nycott now trying to make the move by. He does. Quietly in fifth right now is Daniel Mills. Sixth is Blakely. Josh Betts running up in seventh. A lonely ride in seventh, I might add. No one on the same straightaway as him. Dylan Copeland runs in eighth. Carson Tickle ninth. And Craig Richards currently sitting in the number 10 spot.
So it's settled down a little bit out front after the craziness of those lappers. And Linz...
They have another group of lappers, about 4 of them on the same straightaway. And Linz is trying to put the hammer down right now and catch back up to Schmidt.
Working lap 6 here. Still not even halfway, so there's a long ways to go for these guys.
Has Schmidt won a race before?
He has. We made a mention to it earlier. Schmidt won the 2014 Houston 250 main event. So knows how to get it done in this class. Just a matter of maybe a little luck on his side with Linz getting involved with some lappers.
Putting the locomotive a lap down as he goes down the whoops section. Nice and clean that time. Linz. Fast laps right now. Schmidt has a 52.8. Linz with a 51.7. And a mistake from Linz lets that gap go a little larger. Mitchell off the track in third.
Yeah.
Back on in front of Nycott.
And to the point of Tyler Schmidt having already won a main event in this class, with Connor Linz only earning points outdoors last year, no Supercross experience, and did not win an outdoor. He may have picked up a moto win. I can't quite remember too much, but doesn't have the experience of necessarily running right at the sharp end of the field all the time. So this is kind of new territory for him, and I was interested to see how he'd respond to the pressure. So far, not looking absolutely flawless like maybe we expected.
That puts another one in the books. We're halfway through this main event, and he's
oh my
in the whoops,
goodness!
Keeps her down to the ground. Rubber side down there, boy.
Linz nailing the triple in or not? He
no,
sketches
not
out.
Boy, nailing the landing with his back tire.
Yeah, well, people bring it up in chat. Connor Linz dominating EMF right now. It's a different ball game in EMF, I think. I mean, I race EMF, and I mean, I've won 2 main events in EMF, and I've only ever finished 5th in an RF main event. So you could be dominating EMF all you want, but same riders or not, it's a different story. There's a whole different setup there, and I think there's a lot less pressure too, more pressure in an RF event to perform.
Halfway flags, lap 9 is going down right now. The gap is 6.7 seconds. Schmidt continuing to lead.
He's just steady as can be too. He's not doing anything big.
Yeah,
Going
Linz
double,
is busting
triple.
out the big lines quite often, and the problem is he's making mistakes right now, which tells me if he can put it all together, he has the speed to run this gap down.
Yeah.
But he's got to put it all together, and it's going to be tough to do with all the track or lappers on the track.
We've had a change for the top 5 as well. Mills was there, but Blakely is now in the 5th spot. Mills drops back to 6th. Josh Betts in 7th. Yeah.
He's got Tickle all over him though. I don't even want to talk about Betts because I feel like I jinx him every time I talk about him.
Yeah, but I mean,
Commentator curse.
I really worked. I was working a lot with Betts this week, trying to get him to feel a little bit better. He was mentally defeating himself about this track. I'll tell you what. And,
Not surprised.
Yeah, typical Betts usually, but I am really happy to see him working well up front right now. It's got Tickle. Looks like Tickle might go by. Yeah, Tickle able to nail the quad triple there.
Right, trying to put the 594 a lap down. He does so down the rhythm.
Whoa, what the heck just happened there? My camera just had a seizure, I think.
Hunter Linz still about 7 seconds.
All right, we are just about to finish 10 laps of this thing, so why don't you give us a Race Tech top 10 rundown there, Chris?
It's Tyler Schmidt leading the way on the number 94. Connor Linz runs in 2nd, followed by Colton Mitchell, Team Verb Moto. Victor Nycott runs in 4th. 5th place is Chase Blakely. There's me being sick again. Daniel Mills runs in the 6th spot. Josh Betts runs in 7th. Dylan Copeland, Carson Tickle, and Quentin Dees round out your top 10.
Quentin Dees actually just got passed by Craig Richards on our screen there, so
I can't do my announcer voice. It hurts my sore throat.
that's been the Race Tech top 10 here in the 250 main event. Only got 5 laps left to run, and the battle for the lead.
It's heating up. It's down to 5 seconds
Yeah.
now.
Oh, Schmidt just made a big mistake at the end of that section, too.
These guys have lapped into the top 10. I believe
Oh,
Tickle was in the top 10, correct?
Yeah, you're
Linz
right.
must have went down. The gap's up to 10 seconds for Schmidt.
Well, Linz, I think, cased the triple and then had a big mistake after, trying to go through the little rhythm after the triple.
We got a battle for 2nd now. Colton Mitchell, he's also been Mr. Consistent throughout this main event. Didn't get as good of a start as your 2 front guys, but he's making the time now.
Yeah, I mean, we've alluded to it earlier as well, but Mitchell in the offseason was great on a 450, actually. He's only 13 years old, just turned, so he just broke into the RF age limit bracket. I don't know. I don't think he's been playing that long before, but I hear great things about him. Very quick rider, and he picked up this 250 quickly because he found out late that he was not going to get a pro license and be able to race the 450 class, so really good to see him putting in the time and doing well.
All right. Nycott and Blakely actually had a decent battle for 4th and 5th. And Nycott actually goes down, so Blakely going to take that spot.
Oof, yeah. It's like Nycott's plenty safe, though. D Mills way back here with Betts. Oh, I had a rider down as a lapper, though.
Got a huge group of lappers in front of him.
Yeah, that's the
And
battle
like
we were just looking at on our screen. That's Betts, Copeland.
Like I said, they're in the top 10 now. These guys are battling hard for positions. They're not going to want to just get out of the way for your leader, but
Right.
Schmidt, so far so good as the laps keep ticking down. Linz has to make something happen soon.
And Tyler Schmidt's setup in the whoops. It scares me with the way he jumps in every time. It doesn't look like it's going to work, and then it just somehow floats over. We've got 2 laps to go now. Tyler Schmidt trying to win his 2nd career 250 main event and leave the opening round at Atlanta with the points lead. He's got to get around Josh Betts, I can see as far, and one other rider, I'm not sure who. Oh, that's D Mills So those guys are battling for
That's
position.
6th and 7th, I believe.
Yeah.
Oh, Betts is
Betts.
down. Schmidt
Oh
jumps
my
over his
gosh. So lucky.
I got Schmidt's heart rate going. I guarantee it.
No kidding.
7 seconds is the lead. Linz is cutting into it.
D Mills needs to move and move quickly. He doesn't want to pull a pro cop here and ruin a battle for the lead or possibly someone's chance at winning the main event.
6-second gap. Linz is on the charge.
D
Down
Mills
the
has
whoops.
not moved yet.
He let him go.
There
Eagles
he
letting him
goes.
go there.
Yeah, there we go.
Linz is sending it into the whoop section. He's pushing. White flag is out for Tyler Schmidt.
Yep.
5.9 second gap. Into the whoops they go. Another run through him for Schmidt. Let's see Linz down the whoops. Gets through him.
Yeah, gets through him clean. These guys have actually started to drop Colton Mitchell very quickly.
Actually pretty clear of lappers. There's only one guy on this straightaway, and that might be the only lapper that they hit the rest of this lap.
Yeah, it looks like
Gap's back to 6 seconds now.
43 of Will Whiteley finally just got out of Connor Linz's way as Schmidt throws down on the triple. Could he be on his way to the win here? One more whoop section to go. And he's through.
He's through.
Final straightaway. Tyler Schmidt shocks the world, if you will, as he dethrones the new 250 Alexis Leclerc. Tyler Schmidt wins the 250 main event in Atlanta. He is your new red plate holder, leaving here with the red plate and the points lead. 25
Called it.
Solid points. Yeah, you did. That was a good call. Those guys came into turn one side by side, and Schmidt outlasted it. Colton Mitchell going to pick up a great third place in his debut Supercross ride
The
here.
battle for 4th is still raging on. Nycott tried to run down Blakely. Blakely's down over the berm.
Blakely throws away a 4th place. Luckily, these guys,
They
6th
lapped
is lapped.
6th,
Yeah.
so he'll be able to get up, and Blakely will be able to easily cruise home for a top 5, which is not a bad result in the opening round of the 250 East.
So Nycott, that's actually, I think, good for Nycott. Blakely could be a challenger in this championship, but I think Nycott is expected to be. So 4th place for him at the opening round. Definitely not too shabby. Blakely, as we said, settles for 5th.
Cuts are in, and looks like our top 10 changes up a little bit. Quentin Dees takes over 10th from Carson Tickle on cuts. So it was Tyler Schmidt taking the win. Connor Linz, Colton Mitchell, Victor Nycott, and Chase Blakely rounding out the top 5. 6th was D Mills, Josh Betts 7th, Dylan Copeland, Craig Richards, and Quentin Dees round out your top 10.
So there you have it. First 250 East race of the year is done. And that sets us up, ladies and gentlemen, for the 450 main event. Only 13 points, I think it is, separates the top 3 in points after the crazy week last week we had where this man on your screen, Matt Burkeen, was the main event winner. Tyson Fresquez, 2nd in points, came home in 11th. And the points leader, Hunter Rue, was 16th. So we'll see what happens tonight. We got a stacked lineup of riders for you tonight. Oh, Burkeen and Hinters go flipping off the track. Everybody's slinging off the track. So we'll go ahead and stop looking at that nonsense. So what do we got tonight, Chris? What are some predictions? Let's hear them.
Well, now that I'm calling winners, I didn't see any heat races or any qualifiers for this class. But I'm just going to go with Burkeen just because, again, just like Schmidt, I think it's all about staying out of trouble tonight. And if it's not him, I think Heberlein picks up the win.
Yeah, I think it's very tough to bet against Burkeen right now. He's coming off that win last week and definitely has the confidence rolling. Heat races were Burkeen outlasting Root for the win, and Tyson Fresquez won the other heat. So all 3 of our championship contenders finding a way to get it done in the heat races, and who knows, we may be set for perhaps the best main event of the year if those guys can all get good starts. They'll seem pretty similar in speed.
Yeah, I like Burkeen a little more when they get in traffic. I feel like he's a little more patient. And as we saw in that 250, man, the lappers are intense on this track.
Oh boy, I am so excited. This is going to be a really, really good main event.
It's going to be a barn burner.
I'm I'm so glad all of you guys could join us here live on Star Systems TV or on the YouTube playback if you're watching it later. Round 7 of the 2016 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Race Tech is just about set to get underway. 450 main event from Atlanta. I'm ready. You should be ready. I think it's go time.
Interesting seeing Root and Fresquez on different dynos right now, too. Root
Yeah.
on Cowie and Fresquez on the Katoom.
I'm going to take a look at Matt Burkeen just because he got a good start in his heat race. And I expect another good one out of him here tonight in Atlanta. Let's do it. It's round 7, MotoOption Supercross. Let's go racing in Atlanta.
Heberlein had a huge jump off the gate on the inside. It looks like he's going to nail this whole shot. Chapman from the outside. Burkeen's down.
And a couple other riders down.
Heberlein,
Fresquez
Root,
was one of them.
and Wilcox are your top 3. Benelli, the lawnmower man, runs in 4th, and Dade Honeywell runs in the number 5 spot. And we're off and racing.
Boy, it couldn't have worked out any better for Hunter Root in this circumstance. His teammate Fresquez down in turn 1, and Burkini got pinched by Spencer Turley, and he was down in turn 1.
Battle for the lead. And Root trying to size up the Gravedigger early. Into the whoops.
Yeah.
Heberlein looked good through the first
Wilcox.
lap.
Wilcox just went down in 3rd. He's
Benelli, Honeywell, and Shipley all getting tangled. Chapman gets tangled. Chaos.
curious to see how long Root waits before he goes at the lead here. I know that he knows those guys have gone down. Sure, somebody's telling him. Looks like Matt Burkeen's worked his way up into 12th. And there goes Heberlein out of the lead. Although I made I alluded to this earlier, Chris. Hunter Root actually running. I mean, I have it. I'm not sure if you have it, but he's running.
Jersey. I don't have his bike.
Yeah, he's running number 330 on his jersey. So.
If someone protests, he'll just get a warning for it. He hasn't.
Yeah.
Wait, he used up his warning for it actually earlier in the season at A1.
This is not ideal. I mean,
not something I really want to.
Not something we want to ban over, but he should be listening to. Rules.
Hopefully no one protests it, and I can just talk to him again and give him a second chance. But rules are rules, and I mean he has had his warning. So.
Yeah. I mean,
anyways,
I told the Team Volcom guys too that. I mean, hey, we need your stuff. You guys are the points leaders. We really need your guys' stuff because I knew they'd update the dynos, and they didn't last week. I don't know what that was about. They ran the RMZs last week, but tonight, Root on the KTM. I guess you just want to run some gear that looks similar. So Kyle Robb sits 2nd, Armstrong 3rd, Heberlein 4th. We've got a slew of Katooms on my screen up front. I'm sure Armstrong is actually running a different bike, but I don't have it. Then Wilcox in 5th, Shipley sits 6th, Honeywell 7th, Chapman 8th, Awood and Mahan battling for 9th, and there is Birkin. Matt Burkeen sits in 11th, Spinelli 12th.
Down again in the whoops actually, so he's dropped himself out of the top 5 at this point.
Fjellberg goes through into 16th. And there goes Tyson Fresquez in 18th right now is Tyson Fresquez. Not good at all for his shot at this championship as they run, as Ben McLeod does the most unsafe track reentry I've seen tonight, going from the middle between the 2 lanes to jumping all the way to the outside of the sand. Not very unlike McLeod to do that, though, so I guess I can't complain too much.
I'm about to take a dap. Root's making this a snooze fest out front. Kyle Robb and James Armstrong are battling pretty good for the number 2 and 3 spot.
A lot of our viewers here on Star Systems TV, as late as this goes, sometimes lay down in bed and watch our live streams, and we appreciate that you're dedicated to watch.
I'm glad my soothing voice can help them get to sleep at night.
you're already in your bed and you're laying on your pillow. You might want to go ahead and let this one turn into a snoozer for you, because Root is pulling away.
Yeah, we'll start calling you Carmichael the way you're calling people out on the stream, Kellen.
Yeah, well, I mean, what do you want? Especially with the skins thing. I don't like it.
I'm just annoyed because I have to deal with it. Because I don't want to take someone out of a championship for something like skins, but at the same point, rules are rules.
Right, exactly. We made that rule to fit
around as much as hunters around. You should just know better.
Right.
Not hard. I see a wild Moto Go in the chat.
And also, if they're getting on me for calling out Ben McLeod, you can just write F off, because people know I don't like Ben, so.
Eat a bag of dicks.
No, I mean, I'm okay with Ben for the most part, but he always races me terribly, and so whenever I see him racing bad, I like to point it out.
Speaking of amazing voices, though, Ben he's a great commentator. I watched him on the EMF stream a couple weeks ago. He was awesome in the booth, actually. Anyways, 11-second lead for Hunter Root. Kyle Rabb, I think this is kind of a surprise to see him up in the 2 spot. I mean, I know he's fast, but...
Yeah, well, I mean, I think of all the Splitfire riders, I wouldn't expect Kyle to be there for sure, especially from what I saw tonight. Obviously, Luke started up front, so you'd expect him to be up front, but he fell. But Kyle was not like the front Splitfire guy. You'd think Ryan would be up there, maybe Jeremy Seabold or Dade Honeywell. But no, Kyle making it look good. James Armstrong, though, slides into the number 2 ride right now.
He just slides on in. Alright, well, let's watch this. Hopefully we get a little battle going on between these guys, between Kyle Rabb and Armstrong. Whoa. Rob got into the back of him a little bit there. It looked like Armstrong off the track.
Yeah.
Losing a lot of time now, and Rob throws it away.
Yeah, so Armstrong's going to get
there
by.
Goes Shipley.
As does Shipley. So sorry, everybody on the stream.
Oh, stream is down again.
Yeah, we're about to have everybody say rip in chat. It is back right now. And
pepperoni, eat pepperoni.
As I have stated before, anybody who just loaded back in to hear this bit, we are recording all the way through too. So we're recording on the side of streaming. Stream should be back up. Just refresh, Tyler.
User left your channel.
Anywho, we're recording alongside all the way through, so we never lose a beat on YouTube. So if you're watching this back on YouTube, there will be absolutely nothing missed.
Oh, Root's down in the lead and in the bales. Now, can he get out of them okay?
Looks like, is that just his front wheel that's in the bales there? Oh,
and
yeah, but he just got put further by Fjellberg.
And now this guy's down. He has a huge lead, though. He has a
Yeah.
20-second gap over Jeremy Shipley now.
You know, it's interesting because if Shipley can get up here, I think, I mean, on the track as we run right now, he's the only guy, I think, that has a shot at beating Hunter Root in this main event.
He's got a faster fast lap right now, only by a tenth, but he does have a faster lap.
And I was talking earlier about how Shipley, the last main event that he won, to my knowledge, was like round 5 in 2012.
Oh, Root's down again.
Oh, Shipley just somehow rode out of that.
Laying with Hinders now. Armstrong is back into the 2 spot.
Man.
Root's still laying in the corner. I don't know what Root was thinking. He just tried to jump straight into a lapper who was down on the ground.
And Root having Fjellberg in front of him. Fjellberg moves out of the way. Armstrong
Dude,
right there.
the lead's 1.4 seconds now, and Root's probably freaking out right now would be my guess.
Oh, okay. Dennis flipped over and scooted out of the way.
So we're not even halfway. We could have some action here.
Are we still down on the stream?
I'm refreshing right now to check.
Everybody in chat still...
It's down. Yes, it is down.
God, why is it doing this? It crashes and then it just never comes back. We are still recording through those, so apologies for the...
Well, I'll keep commentating then while you keep getting our work.
We should be up a good...
Root's lead is back to 3 seconds now over Armstrong.
All right.
And I believe you should be back going now because it doesn't say offline anymore.
All right, so we are back. Apologies for that, folks that are watching live. Like I said, we will have everything saved all the way through on YouTube.
And the good news is the lead is now only 3 seconds instead of 20. Root does continue to lead, but Armstrong is in second, and Shipley's also right there in third, who was in second for a while. Ryan Mahan's moved to fourth. Rush Chapman, Jeremy Seabolt, Craig Leake, Ben McLeod. Luke Heberlein drops all the way to 9th. Matt Burkeen in 10th. Root stretching it back out. He ran another 49 last time around as he jumps over the lawnmower man and some other guys down on the ground. Armstrong in the bales. He's going to surrender the spot to Shipley would be my guess. Maybe? Nope.
He was up good and going good. These guys are... well, Shipley's trying to work his way around. That's Spencer Turley and Tony Spinelli.
They let him by. Nice job there by Turley, just pulling completely out of his race to let him go by.
Yeah.
Bravo, bravo. I like good lappers.
So Shipley has Mr. James Armstrong. in his eyesights. Armstrong has missed the last few weeks of racing here in Race Factory Gaming competition, mainly because I believe he was
in Brocal, riding mopeds, off-road moped hill ramping.
The Canadian James Armstrong was in California, so did not have his computer with him, did not race for a little bit, but he's back running second here, looking really good on that Mad Cape machine. Oh, Shipley down again. It looks like if Shipley's going to have any problem contending for a win tonight, it's going to be because of the whoops.
And I'm looking for Fresca. He is all the way in the 15 spot right now, a lap down.
Man, all the points that those guys gained or could have gained back when Root had a dreadful main event last week, it's going right out the window right now. Unfortunate too, since it looked like the championship hunt was about to tighten up really close. We are only 7 rounds in after this one though, so it's definitely far from over. Still have 10 races to go after this.
We're only on lap 12 and it's only a 5-second lead, and we saw Root have 3 huge mistakes already, so here he goes, a rider getting up from a crash. That's Fjellberg again. Fjellberg definitely not having a good night tonight.
I think Fjellberg's down in about 20th place right now. I'm sure he's asking
rip his controller.
Yeah.
Probably his window tonight and computer desk and everything around him.
20th place for Fjellberg. As you said, controller probably going to be done after tonight, and I'm sure number 90 is also going to have something to say about it as well. So we'll see. James Armstrong down. Oh, Shipley made a big mistake. Speaking of split fire riders, we were talking about Kyle Robb being up there. There is Jeremy Seabolt now in 4th, so Seabolt has charged forward.
Yeah, and Mahan, he actually had to put the pass on. Mahan was up in 4th as well. Looking at, looks like the battle for 6 and 7 right now. McLeod all over Craig Leak. McLeod drove it in hard on him in that corner. Let's see if he jumps 3 up here and goes inside on him. He is.
That's just the way McLeod races, man, and I'm not a fan of it. There's being aggressive and there's being dirty, and I think he's dirty. Like, look at that.
Like cutting the
Look at
track.
that. That's unbelievable. That's going to get him a suspension, I assume, right?
Well, as long as he gets protested.
Yeah. Well, I'll save
I
the
might
demo.
Just protest that one.
That was unbelievable.
Cutting the track for a position? Like, really?
That's going back to my point, someone who earlier in chat said Kellen calling everybody out. I mean, is that not justified? Like, that's ridiculous. That's how McLeod races people, and people love him for it, and I don't. And I'm going to call it the way I see it.
I mean, I just thought the corner got moved, you know?
It'll come up
That's
with
where the
some
track
excuse.
goes.
Either way.
Do it and then let the guy back by, but he just kept on racing. Like, yeah, I just made the pass, bro. Yeah, got you.
Anywho.
Now Russ Chapman moving up on Craig Leak, which Craig Leak running in 7th. Good ride for him.
Hunter Root continues to lead, and it is Shipley now running in 2nd, but he's about, looks like 12 seconds or so back.
Oh, Chapman going down the inside on Leak right now. Leak shuts the door. Got good battle between these guys. Bar to bar down the rhythm section. Burkina is still in 9th. I expected him to move forward. He definitely hasn't so far. He does have a couple spots right in front of him, trying to limit the damage.
He's only got 5 laps to do it. Is Chris has a... Oh, Burkina! Oh, man, he clipped that rider's head. Not sure who that was, but there goes any chance he had of making up some more positions.
And there's like 8,000 guys down in that corner right now. Honeywell was one of them gets collected a 2nd.
And there goes Root. He just had to roll the triple.
Shipley's moved into 2nd now. Wait, Armstrong is 3rd. Who was up there? Was it Shipley in 2nd the whole time? Am I losing my mind?
Well, it was Shipley in 2nd earlier, and then Armstrong got him back. I'm not sure.
Now Armstrong surrendered the position, I guess.
Right, so, yeah, so I don't think Shipley ever lost 3rd.
Armstrong gets a good run down the whoops. All right, well, this is quite the action we got going on out here. Hunter Root continuing to lead, only 11 seconds. Anything can still happen. We're on lap 16 right now. Jeremy Shipley and James Armstrong. This is the battle to watch right now for the number 2 spot.
I wish I had Armstrong's skins. I have his helmet, but I don't know if Mad Cape did some sort of last-minute update or something.
Not sure. These guys are Into some more lappers. Looks like Turley letting these guys go by.
Shout out to the top two in the 250 main event jumping into our stream chat right now. Connor Linz and Tyler Schmidt congratulating each other
boys.
back and forth. Yeah, great race tonight in the 250 class.
Schmidt, I called your win, just so you know. Pretty proud of that. These things are so unpredictable. The 450 is not as unpredictable because you can pretty much go with Hunter. Armstrong.
Yeah. So he just, there goes the battle for second. Long gone now.
Oh, Shipley's down.
Oh, maybe not. Okay, so Armstrong trying to work through some lappers. Shipley going to get up just behind Armstrong. This actually is going to turn into a little bit better battle sooner rather than later if they keep doing this, with Seabolt and Mahan closing.
So Mahan and Shipley both with 49.5 lap times. Ben McLeod has a 49.3, but he probably took the hotline after the whoops on that lap, would be my guess, as he dies in the whoops. Burkeen has moved up into 7th. I believe he's actually going to go by McLeod into 6th now.
Yep.
He does, so he's limiting the damage.
Right, but he, there's no way he's getting higher than this at this point. He is 20 seconds behind the 37 of Ryan Mahan, and he's about to be lapped by Hunter Root, so... Just when you thought Burkeen may have had the confidence to turn this thing around this year, he gets not a great start. Goes down in the first turn with Spencer Turley. I think it was just a racing incident, guys crossing over each other on the start. But Tyson Fresquez...
Shipley and Armstrong, they're going to fight this thing all the way to the finish, I guess. Seabolt is right there now, too.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That he was closing up.
Oh, I was supposed to be listening to what you were talking about?
Nah, you can zone me out. I speak a bunch of gibberish anyway. Made no fans in chat tonight, too, with calling out McLeod, apparently. We had some Ben McLeod fans here.
Alright, I'm just waiting. I want to see some back and forth racing.
Right, it just looks
I feel like we could have it. It's just survival the whole night. It's like an enduro cross. There's 2 guys down after the whoops. As the second and third place guys go down, they're going to be fine.
Oh, Shipley. Ooh, oh, he's all over the place. Stays lower. Here's Armstrong to the inside. Not quite. Almost there. Oh, now he's going to try to cut low. Let's see if he gets to drive in the next corner. Nope, Shipley shuts the door again. These guys really doing a good job. Oh, Armstrong's got him here. He's going to get the quad on.
Gonna have him sized up to the inside.
Oh.
They have a group of lappers there, too. The blue bars are about to get filled up.
Oh, Armstrong.
39.
Big mistake. Loses a little bit of time. And Seabolt is lurking. No, that is not Jeremy Hinders in 5th. Oh, Armstrong top of the berm. Oh, and he backs up and he goes down. And that was Rush Chapman that got by too, but that's not for position. So Hunter Root, here it is. Will he lap Matt Burkeen?
Did go by as well, Armstrong.
Looks like Burkeen's trying to hold on to his lap. I think he's going to get it coming down to the final corner here. Hunter Root makes up for his 16th place last week. Hunter Root is your winner here in Atlanta. The 450 main event goes to Hunter Root as he wheelies through the whoops afterwards. That's pretty sweet. Will Shipley hold on for second? He is trying to hold on with Seabolt coming from behind, but it looks like it's going to be Shipley's to lose at this point going into the last corner. Yep.
These guys also lapped up through 7th, so.
Alright, stream may have just crashed again, so if we have...
It did.
Okay. Could you refresh real fast?
Refreshing.
We'll just keep talking at the moment. Shipley, Seabolt, Mahan, and Armstrong ended up being the top 5. Alright, we are good. Sorry for the stream crashing in and out again. That's just my piece of crap internet.
So... Update on the championship. Burkeen gets 6th, and Fresquez did climb his way up to the top 10 into 10th place. So, limited the damage a little bit,
yeah,
but still.
I'm going to wait for a restart here from Wheels, and then he should have standings up right quick afterwards, so we'll wait. Take a look at the 450 and 250 standings after this round. Obviously, we know where the 250 standings are, as that was the first round for the East Championship, but we'll take a look at the 450 ones before we leave you guys tonight, but... Chris, could you do us the honors and give us a shout out for the sponsors?
Yeah, definitely the MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Racetech. Log on to MotoOption.com. Get some swag, man. Get some gear from those guys. And support them. They've been supporting MX Sim since Race Factory started and even beforehand. And as always, putting up some great prizes. All your engine suspension needs at Racetech.com. Also, FamMX.com for all your graphics needs. Get some custom graphics. You can do sim to real life conversions with those guys. They can do custom stuff, semi-custom stuff, or make your pit area look badass with some banners, easy ups, that type of stuff. And also, Tiger Designs. Sick helmets. You can buy helmets from them. You can get your stuff painted. You can look like a badass on the track. All that cool stuff. And then versus-pc.com. Upgrade your PC so it'll run sim awesome, look awesome, and then get your stuff from FamMX and have yourself looking sweet. And ride365.com. Stay tuned to what they have coming up soon. Awesome stuff coming down the road from them as well. And of course, verbmoto.com, running our hot laps every week, bringing us Kellen, Brauer, all kinds of good stuff over at verbmoto.com, the coolest site in moto.
Heck yeah, thank you so much, Chris, for that rundown. I'm about to bring up the standings here in just 1 second. And here we are now on our screen, the 450 standings from tonight. Hunter Root with the win moves out to a 16-point lead in the championship over teammate Tyson Fresquez. Matt Burkeen sits a further 7 points back. And Ryan Mahan in fourth is 37, strangely enough, points behind. Hunter Root, Leclerc not here tonight. He is still in fifth. Shipley, Haley, Carlin, Fjellberg. And then we'll take a look at the 250 standings on the east. Here they are on your screen right there after one round. Tyler Schmidt with the points lead, so we'll see him with the red plate next week in whatever we do, because at the moment it is still up in the air whether Daytona will be ran next week, obviously. So we'll keep you guys updated. Check the forums regularly, and we'll let you know what the racing schedule is going to look like next week. Final thoughts, Chris, from tonight. What'd you think of the racing? What'd you think of the winners?
Well, I'm glad that at least somewhat was a race because Root looked like he was going to make that thing a sleeper. 250 East is looking like a deep series. And if it's anything like last year's series, I mean, the opener didn't predict anything that was going to go on the rest of the series, so we'll see what happens there. And honestly, I just feel like we need to make some easier tracks because it was more of a survival fest out there than a race, unfortunately.
Yeah,
and that's that. That's all I got, man.
No, I believe it, and it was a good deal of racing tonight. We're so glad that you joined us here on Start Your Systems TV. Quick shout out, real quick, just because he's been begging for it. There's also an elimination race about to go on the forums for any of you guys that are interested in that. 125s on the James Stewart compound. Hit up the forums for that. Alex Heckman running that. And yeah, for Kellen Brauer, Chris Riesenberg, you've been watching the 2016 MotoOption Supercross Series presented by Racetech. Bye for now.